I'm going to show you everything you need to know about the compressor and Industrialcraft 2, or IC2 as it is otherwise known. This here is the compressor. So first of all, what kind of voltage do we need to give it? So I would say it's a beginner machine, and you can use tin cable to power it because it is low voltage. If you are actually providing it power from a higher, well, medium to high or above voltage source, then you will need to use a LV transformer. If you do not do this, where's the compressor? I've lost it. Here we go. If you do not do this, then the machine will actually explode when you try and pump power into it. So going into it, this is what the UI looks like. We simply can put our input item here, and then we get an output. These slots are for upgrades, which I'll explain shortly. So if I go to the compressor and press U to look at uses, you can see here that what we're really doing is we're compressing things. No surprise there. So if you were using a ore washer, for example, you're going to get tiny piles of dust. What we can do in the compressor is compress those piles of dust into pulverized counterparts of that ore, meaning we can get extra ore. It can also be used for turning things into plates, as you can see here. Like 9 platinum plates will be turned into a dense platinum plate, and things like that. If you're already watching this tutorial, I'm going to assume you probably already know the use cases and you know what you want to use in the compressor. So let's now talk about the upgrades over here. I am going to compress some tiny piles of redstone dust here as an example. You can see how slowly it is actually compressing these. If I put one of these upgrades in, an overclocker, it reduces the process time to 70% and increases power to 160%. If I add another one, you can see it gets quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. But already it's starting to struggle a little bit at number 6. Not too badly. I'm putting in 9 here, where it's going to use nearly 7,000% more power, but decrease process time to 4%. So you do need to be careful with adding in these overclocker upgrades, as it will take a massive drain on your power. However, that is how you make these machines go really, really fast. Now, if you are doing that, there's a high chance you may actually need to be using higher power, maybe medium or high voltage. And if you don't want to use the transformer that I showed you before, you can also add a transformer upgrade, adding 1, 2, or 3, etc., depending on how many tiers above. 1 would mean it can accept up to 128 voltage, and then 500 and 1000, etc. It's increasing the energy input tier by 3. If you're not sure what these tiers are, go to cables in IC2, which you can see here, where tin is 32, which is what the compressor uses by default. The second tier is copper at 128, then it's gold at 512, then it's HV at 2000, and then glass fiber at 8000. So basically, if you put 4 transformer upgrades in, you can't go wrong with that, and then you'll be absolutely fine. And that is one of the easy ways to play IC2, in my opinion. If you are putting in a huge ton of overclocker upgrades, which are these ones that I've shown, then you may also need to actually upgrade. It may be beneficial to you to upgrade the buffer in here. So you can see it's holding in a buffer of 2000 EU. I can add a energy storage upgrade, meaning it now can store 12,000. So especially with these higher upgrades, it could just help, keep enough energy in here to actually accommodate the throughput on energy that we are using. You can also click this little, or hover over this little I button to see compatible upgrades that you can use in the compressor. Pulling upgrade, ejector upgrades, energy storage upgrade, transformer overclockers. So for the pulling and ejector, that basically means, like, if you put an ejector one in here, like this is an ejector upgrade, what we can then do is I can say, maybe I want it to go to a chest on this side. I can actually right click on, or shift right click, there we go. I can shift right click the ejector upgrade onto that face. And can you see it says automatically output to the east side? Now when I go in and I put in my ejector upgrade, what you'll see is that it's ejecting it into the chest automatically. So just to show that again, I can shift right click on that side of the machine, or shift right click this side, and that will basically focus the upgrade onto that side, and I can put it in here. The same with a pulling upgrade, means it will pull from that chest. And that is everything you may or may not need to know about the compressor in IC2 or Industrialcraft 2. If you'd like to see more guides for this mod, check out the playlist you now see on screen. And do click that subscribe button, because if you check out my channel, you'll see that I am dedicated to actually providing you with guides for every single mod in Minecraft that I can. If you'd like to support the channel or get more one-on-one support, then do consider also joining my Patreon, linked in the description below. However, if you just need a bit of extra help on maybe this mod or a different one, feel free to also join the Discord in the description below, where you can get some help in our Minecraft channels.